Live from WIAT CBS 42 News, here's what's happening right now.
We're still looking at a chance for potentially severe weather for early next week. Good evening, I'm Alex Finney in for Lee Garner. We're going to get right to storm track meteorologist Nate Harrington, who's going to let us know what we can expect this week.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Alex. We are checking out a lot of warmth in central Alabama for the next couple of days. With that, as we head toward Tuesday, as a cold front approaches, a lot of ingredients starting to come together that could produce some severe weather. Let's talk about that in our severe weather potential graphic. Timing right now looks to be late Tuesday and early Wednesday. Now, the timing is going to be the most important part of this. This could limit or increase the amount of instability we see in the air. And of course, that will increase the likelihood, if we see more instability, of some more severe weather. All severe weather modes would be possible if all of these factors line up: wind, hail, and the possibility of tornadoes. Now, this is still, like we said, a fluid forecast with a lot of factors that will impact that forecast as we get closer. We still have 3 whole days to look at model data and crunch the numbers and see what could potentially happen on Tuesday. And of course, we'll let you know the very latest throughout the rest of the weekend and as we start the work week on Monday. Let's talk about what we had today in central Alabama. Very warm temperatures, numbers in the upper 60s and 70s. 70 this afternoon in Tuscaloosa. We're going to see temperatures stay mild with a little bit of cloud cover starting to develop now, but even thicker clouds overnight and early tomorrow morning. Numbers only hovering near 50 to start off our Sunday. We'll talk more about the forecast for the rest of the weekend and what you can expect for the work week ahead coming up in just a few minutes. Alex, back over.
Thanks, Nate. We're following a developing story out of Etowah County. A Rainbow City police officer is being held without bond tonight. Now, we first brought you this story on our website, WIAT.com. The Etowah County Sheriff's Office says they arrested Captain Chase Jenkins this afternoon. Officials have not released the exact charges against Jenkins, although we were told they could change as the investigation continues. We spoke with Rainbow City Police Chief Greg Carroll this evening. He tells us Jenkins is employed in the investigations division of the Rainbow City Police Department. He has now been placed on administrative leave. We will continue to dig for more information on this story and let you know as soon as we have confirmed more details. Well, in other news tonight, a family mourns the loss of a loved one killed in a head-on accident that happened this morning in Jefferson County. 3 others were injured in that crash. WIAT 42 News reporter Stefan Dingle joins us live from Children's of Alabama, where 2 children are recovering tonight. Stefan.
Alex, that's right. 2 children ages 2 and 3 years old are recovering in serious condition here at Children's of Alabama now. That man that was in the other vehicle, he was airlifted to a nearby hospital where he is said to be in critical condition tonight. Now, this all happened just after 11:30 this morning when deputies responded to Birmingport Road near Amanda Lane in Sylvan Springs. When they arrived, they found the 27-year-old woman dead on the scene. Now, according to reports, one of the vehicles drifted into the opposite lane, causing the 2 vehicles to collide head-on before falling in a nearby ditch. Now, family members later arrived, obviously distraught to find their family members still inside the vehicle. Now, so far tonight, Alex, we still don't know the identity of that 27-year-old woman, but obviously as we learn more updates, we'll be sure to keep you up to date here on air and online at WIAT.com. Live in Birmingham, Stefan Dingle, WIAT 42 News.
Really sad story there. Thanks, Stefan. Tonight, Birmingham police are investigating 2 homicides that happened within hours of one another. The most recent happened at 11:30 last night on Pearson Avenue Southwest. Police say 27-year-old Kendrick Smith of Birmingham was found dead behind a home, suffering from gunshot wounds. He died at UAB Hospital. A witness tells police he saw someone in all black running down the alley after the shooting happened. Now, a few hours earlier, police were called to a shooting at an apartment complex on 47th Street North. They found the body of 22-year-old Jamie Moore on a staircase. Neighbors told police they heard several gunshots on the street, but they are not sure how Moore's body ended up inside the building. Birmingham police say if you have any information on either one of these homicide investigations, please call Crime Stoppers, and that number is 254-7777. Well, we are 2 days away from the Iowa caucuses, and a new poll is out showing Donald Trump in the lead on the GOP side and Democrat Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders neck and neck. The Des Moines Register poll is called the gold standard in Iowa because historically it's the most accurate. Craig Boswell was on the campaign trail today and has the very latest.
Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump is on top. In the Des Moines Register's final poll before Monday's Iowa caucuses, he has a 5-point lead over Ted Cruz and a 13-point lead over Marco Rubio.
It all doesn't matter if you don't caucus on Monday.
Cruz led this poll in early January, but he has been under constant attack from Trump and Rubio.
You know, Ted Cruz, who's been my friend and he's decided to run a very, deceitful campaign at the end on some things he's saying. People see through that.
Democrat Hillary Clinton is hanging on to a small lead. Bernie Sanders is within the poll's margin of error.
When we began this campaign, we were 3% in the national polls. Here in Iowa, it is virtually tied.
Clinton is in damage control after the State Department said it would not release 37 pages of emails from her personal server that are now classified top secret.
I want all of these emails out. I take classification very seriously.
Clinton's rally here in Ames was packed with supporters and some undecided voters. They say the email issue is something they're considering.
I think this is a very high-level national security issue.
With the polls so close, experts say the undecided voters will make a difference. Craig Boswell, CBS News, Ames, Iowa.
Well, no arrests have been made so far in a shooting and stabbing at a motorcycle expo in Denver, Colorado. Police say one person was killed and 6 others wounded at the National Western Complex where the Colorado Motorcycle Expo is being held. Police are still trying to determine if it was gang-related. Well, in other news, search for guns for sale in Facebook groups, and what comes up is a long list of places to find and buy a gun. But it looks like it will be harder to conduct a private gun sale on a social media site. Well, Facebook says it's now banning private sales and advertising of firearms. Licensed gun retailers can still advertise their businesses on Facebook, but they aren't allowed to accept orders or conduct sales on the site. The decision also applies to Instagram, which is owned by Facebook. The company already prohibits users from offering pharmaceuticals and illegal drugs on the site. Well, the winter season will be over before you know it, and that means it's time to start planning your spring break, that's right, and summer vacations. But before you head out, you may need to make sure you're protected against the Zika virus. Several folks spent their afternoon at the AAA travel show at the Cahaba Grand Conference Center. In addition to finding travel deals, people also were able to get their questions answered about traveling in areas that are dealing with this Zika virus.
If you're planning an overseas trip, be sure you do some research. If you've got a travel agent, talk to your travel agent. They should be up to speed on everything involved with the virus. And just be careful and be aware and plan before you go and do your homework. That always helps.
Well, in case you missed today's event, AAA of Alabama is planning a smaller scale travel show in May. Well, coming up on WIAT 42 News at 10, the parties are in full swing across the South. We'll take a look at Mardi Gras celebrations in the Port City and the Big Easy. Plus, a look at the effort to save lives from deadly house fires in Jefferson County. And in sports, Auburn basketball trying to get back above water. We'll go to the Auburn Arena for the highlights of the Big 12 matchup with Oklahoma State.